Chosen one, stop scrolling right now and lock your attention here. You did not stumble onto this specific recording by accident. The algorithm did not bring you to this moment. The universe orchestrated this exact intersection in time because you are standing at the edge of a massive breakthrough. A divine financial decree was just issued in the spirit realm. If you leave before hearing this verdict, you might miss the instruction. You have been praying for a major shift. You have asked the heavens why the financial pressure has been so heavy. The doors seemed permanently glued shut, no matter how hard you pushed. Every time you took one step forward, an unseen force dragged you 3 steps back. You felt completely trapped in a never-ending cycle. You assumed you were doing something entirely wrong. But listen to me very carefully right now. I need you to take one slow, deep breath. Let the noise leave your heavy mind for just a moment. You feel that quiet ache sitting in the back of your chest. The physical and emotional exhaustion is something you cannot easily explain to others. You have been fighting silent battles that nobody else understands. Meanwhile, you constantly protect people who never even bother to check on you. The system wants you to believe that this exhaustion is your fault. The world tells you that you are just not working hard enough. People look at your life and judge your lack of visible progress. But they do not see the massive spiritual warfare happening behind the scenes. Your spirit has been acting as a human shield for your entire bloodline. That is why you are so deeply drained today. You thought you were losing your mind completely. You thought your ambition was slowly dying inside your chest. But heaven told me to tell you the absolute truth today. You are not going crazy or losing your edge. You are a powerful spiritual intercessor for your family. You have absorbed the heavy spiritual attacks directed at them so they could have peace. This was never a sign of personal weakness. It was a beautiful and completely holy sacrifice. The matrix operates on a frequency of fear and endless lack. It demands that you trade your precious life force for basic survival. You have spent many long years operating in this brutal survival mode. You worked until your bones ached, but the bank account never reflected your massive effort. Every time a large sum of money approached you, a sudden emergency would rise up and snatch it away from your hands. This pattern of continuous financial loss was not a natural economic struggle. It was a highly calculated spiritual attack by very dark, unseen forces. They knew the truth about your destiny. If a chosen one like you ever gained true wealth, their corrupt system would quickly collapse. They are absolutely terrified of what you will do when you are fully funded. They want to keep your frequency low, so you never awaken to your true power. Do not let your mind wander away right now. Lock your focus on these words, because your entire reality is shifting today. The season that exhausted your spirit is finally coming to an abrupt end. The universe has watched you maintain your pure heart while surrounded by constant betrayal. God has seen you choose kindness when the world gave you every reason to become bitter and cold. This strange isolation you are feeling right now is not a punishment. The sudden loss of friends and opportunities was not a terrible curse. It was a divine quarantine to protect your precious and unique frequency. God is pulling you away from the chaotic noise of the modern world. Your next season cannot be entered with chaos attached to your beautiful soul. You are being separated for a massive and unprecedented financial elevation. You are about to become a billionaire in both spirit and physical wealth. But the transition from survival mode to quiet authority requires strict obedience. You must understand the silent signs that prove your billionaire era has officially begun. If you fail to recognize these divine markers, you might sabotage the very blessing you prayed for. I will reveal these exact signs to you right now. Let us speak about the massive delay in your life. You have watched others succeed so quickly and effortlessly. You sat in silence, while less talented people received huge financial windfalls. You wondered why your pure intentions were constantly ignored by the universe. The matrix tells you that your delay is a complete failure. But heaven says something entirely different today. God's delay is never a denial of your blessing, it is absolute divine exactness. The universe was not ignoring your midnight prayers. Heaven was actually calculating the exact coordinates required to drop a massive financial deposit safely into your life. You wanted a simple paycheck just to survive the month. But the divine realm was preparing a massive, generational wealth transfer. If God had given you the money 3 years ago, it would have completely destroyed you. Your spiritual boundaries were too weak back then. You would have given that sacred wealth to toxic people who only wanted to drain your energy. The universe had to withhold the blessing while it hardened your spiritual armor. You had to learn how to say no without feeling intense guilt. This long waiting period was a divine incubator. You were carefully hidden away to develop a frequency that the matrix cannot manipulate. The system wants you to believe that wealth comes from blind hustle and endless grinding. They teach you to exhaust your physical body for paper money. But you are a cycle breaker who operates on a much higher spiritual law. You do not chase money like the sleeping masses do. You attract abundance by holding a perfectly still and unbothered vibration. And this brings us to a very dangerous secret the system desperately wants to hide from you. There is a specific reason why they keep pushing you to work harder. They know what happens when a chosen one rests in quiet authority. The elite matrix relies entirely on your constant anxiety. They need you vibrating in a state of deep financial panic. When you constantly worry about basic survival, you leak your pure life force directly into their corrupt grid. That is why your delays felt so agonizing and punishing. It was the system desperately trying to steal your future wealth. But the delay served a profound dual purpose. While the enemy tried to starve you out, heaven used that exact time to upgrade your capacity. You are no longer the naive person who easily trusts energy vampires. You have developed a brilliant spiritual discernment that cuts through lies instantly. Your mind is finally ready to govern millions without losing its sacred peace. Think about the profound silence in your life recently. The phone stopped ringing and the social invitations completely dried up. You felt abandoned by the people you once helped so generously. But this isolation is simply a massive vault closing around you. Heaven is securing the perimeter before the financial drop occurs. You cannot bring unhealed people into your billionaire era. Every single rejection you faced was a redirection toward unimaginable abundance. The job that fired you did you a massive favor. The business deal that collapsed at the last second actually saved your soul from a terrible trap. God was forcefully closing tiny doors because a massive golden gate was about to swing wide open. Your timeline is purified. You are a masterpiece of God, designed for heavy impact. A heavy impact requires a massive and solid foundation. You cannot build a billion-dollar skyscraper on a fragile wooden frame. That long season of delay was the universe digging deep into your soul to pour solid concrete. You are now structurally sound and ready to hold the weight of generational wealth. We are about to dive into the exact mechanism of the matrix. You need to understand exactly how they suppressed your financial frequency for so long. Once you see this hidden architecture, you will never struggle with money again. But before I reveal this dark secret, you must recognize your own immense value. You must stop apologizing for the space you take up in this world. Let us peel back the final layer of the unseen world. You have always felt that the rules of money were entirely rigged against you. The dark system is not broken at all. It functions perfectly to keep you exactly where you are today. They built a massive, invisible cage around your true financial potential. They disguised this heavy spiritual prison as a normal everyday life, so you would never question their control. You must understand the exact nature of the dark matrix. The elite system does not actually want your physical labor. They desperately want the precious divine energy that flows directly through your holy bloodline. As a chosen one, you are a massive generator of pure high-frequency light. The unseen entities feed entirely on your endless frustration. They use your financial anxiety to power their corrupt timeline. Every time you stress about an unexpected bill, a heavy cord attaches to your spirit. They engineer constant financial emergencies to siphon your raw power directly into their grid. You pay close attention to the rising cost of basic daily survival. While you are completely distracted by survival mode, they quietly harvest your spiritual authority and keep you financially grounded. This is exactly why you feel deeply drained after interacting with the normal world. Ordinary places leave you completely exhausted for a very specific reason. The sleepers around you are unconsciously plugged into this parasitic matrix. But you are a cycle breaker who carries a unique frequency. Your presence disrupts their entire architecture from the inside out. They targeted your pure light from a very young age. You were always the black sheep who saw through the fake smiles of society. The Matrix recognized your immense spiritual threat almost immediately. They launched a coordinated spiritual attack to keep your bank account completely empty. A fully funded chosen one is the most dangerous weapon against their dark kingdom. Therefore, they had to ensure you remain trapped in poverty. Think about the strange times you almost secured a massive financial victory. Right before the ink dried, the massive deal suddenly vanished. You thought it was bad timing or a personal failure. But it was an orchestrated interception by unseen forces who monitored your frequency. They hit the panic button to block your access to wealth. They know money amplifies your divine goods. They programmed the masses to believe that wealth requires selling your precious soul. They created a culture that normalizes constant debt and spiritual exhaustion. But you are a masterpiece of God who operates outside their heavy pull. You do not have to push yourself blindly or compete with sleepers. Your wealth is tied directly to your divine alignment, and heaven is actively funding your holy mission today. The Matrix wants you to stay small and easily manageable for your entire life. They want you asking for tiny raises while they hoard generational wealth. But heaven is dismantling their financial stronghold over your life right now. The dark system cannot hold back a divine appointment once heaven issues the verdict. Their infrastructure is currently collapsing under the weight of your unbothered authority. You are feeling a strange detachment from the material world lately. The heavy things that used to trigger intense anxiety do not affect you anymore. This quietness in your mind is absolute proof that their parasitic cords are severed. You are stepping out of their low vibration completely. Your financial frequency is ascending into a sacred realm. The dark entities can no longer manipulate your daily reality. There are 3 silent signs that prove you are about to inherit this incredible wealth. These specific markers are so subtle that the Matrix cannot even detect their arrival. You have experienced these profound energy shifts in your physical body over recent weeks. Most ordinary people ignore these warnings and completely mishandle the approaching divine blessing. But you are a discerning warrior who pays close attention. We are going to explore these 3 critical signs in just a moment. You must learn to recognize how heaven prepares a billionaire before the money actually arrives. The massive physical wealth is simply the final manifestation of a quiet, internal victory. Prepare your beautiful spirit for the incredible revelation that is about to unfold today. The first sign is already active inside your quiet life. It proves that the system has lost its grip. We are stepping into the first major sign of your billionaire transition. You must listen carefully. Look at your social circle right now. The sudden and painful loss of friends is not a mistake. It is a divine intervention. People you trusted deeply have suddenly walked away without any explanation. You are left wondering what you did wrong to deserve this sudden and sharp abandonment. Do not chase those people who decided to leave your life. They were never meant to cross the threshold into your billionaire era. God is aggressively purging your environment because your incoming wealth requires extreme security. You cannot bring jealous spirits into a season of massive financial overflow. If you kept those old friends, they would secretly drain your new resources and destroy your total peace. This intense isolation is a sacred protection protocol. Heaven is actively removing the hidden energy vampires from your daily reality. They smiled in your face while secretly praying for your massive downfall. The universe simply answered their dark prayers by removing them from your beautiful timeline entirely. You are not lonely. You are heavily protected by the most powerful unseen forces in the entire universe. You must accept this divine clearing with absolute grace. Let them misunderstand your silence. Let them assume whatever they want about your path. Type 777 in the comments right now to claim this absolute breakthrough. You are sealing your spiritual borders against any further infiltration. The toxic connections are officially broken. Your pure energy is returning to your physical body. This brings us directly to the second silent sign of your massive wealth. You are experiencing a strange and profound stillness in your mind. A few months ago, this level of isolation would have caused severe panic. You used to stress heavily about every single dollar in your bank account, but today there is an unexplainable calm resting deeply in your chest. The old triggers simply do not work on you anymore. The Matrix tries to make you panic about your future. The system screams at you to worry about the upcoming bills. But you feel like you are standing in the peaceful eye of a massive hurricane. The chaos is swirling wildly outside, but your internal sanctuary remains entirely untouched. This incredible stillness is the physical evidence that your generational curse is completely shattered. The war is already won. Your soul already knows that the massive financial deposit is secured. Your conscious mind is just catching up to the spiritual reality. When a chosen one enters this specific level of deep peace, the enemy completely panics. The dark entities realize they can no longer manipulate your frequency with cheap fear tactics. You have become totally immune to their toxic psychological warfare. You are walking in pure authority. Your quietness is your ultimate and most dangerous weapon. You do not need to fight back or defend your honor. Calm is the ultimate expression of absolute power. As you rest in this beautiful stillness, the universe is organizing billions of dollars on your behalf. God is preparing tables for you in the presence of your unseen enemies. They will watch you rise while they remain trapped in their own bitter cycles. Take another slow, deep breath right now. Drop your shoulders and release any remaining tension in your neck. You are safe. You are fully aligned. But there is a third sign that you must recognize before the manifestation occurs. This final sign is the exact moment the enemy loses their mind. The dark system is terrified because of what is happening to you right now. We must uncover this final truth. What I am about to tell you next will change everything you know. You must prepare your heart for this massive revelation. The third sign proves that your frequency has completely overridden the dark matrix. Do not look away from this message. Your physical vessel needs to understand this shift to hold the incoming wealth. The enemy is currently turning on each other. You are about to witness the ultimate divine justice. We are arriving at the third and final sign. You must listen very carefully right now. The third sign is the complete death of your financial fear. This is exactly what the Matrix desperately tried to prevent. For your entire life, the system taught you to fear the bills. You used to panic when your bank account dropped dangerously low, but suddenly, that deep fear has completely evaporated. You look at money differently today. It is no longer a cruel master. It is simply a divine tool waiting for your instruction. The enemy used financial terror to control your beautiful mind. They wanted you vibrating in a state of absolute scarcity. But you have stepped out of their dark illusion completely. You know deep in your soul that heaven is your true source. The system cannot scare you anymore. This lack of fear is a profound spiritual victory. The physical wealth has not even arrived yet, but your spirit is already rich. You walk with the unbothered posture of a true billionaire. The universe recognizes this massive shift in your frequency. God honors a cycle breaker who trusts the divine plan without seeing the physical proof first. You have passed the ultimate test of faith. Now, we must look at the unseen realm. Because your fear has died, the enemy is in a state of pure panic. The dark entities are losing their absolute mind right now. They relied on your heavy anxiety to fuel their corrupt timeline. Your constant worry was their daily food, but since you cut off their supply with your peace, they are literally starving. Their dark matrix is rapidly collapsing. The group that plotted against you is currently self-destructing. The narcissists and the energy vampires are turning on each other. What they whispered in the dark is being violently exposed to the light. The trap they carefully set for you has become their own spiritual prison. God is making a public spectacle of your unseen enemies. You do not even have to lift a single finger. Karma is handling their entire existence. The massive confusion hitting their camp is beautiful to watch. They thought they could bury a masterpiece of God and get away with it. They drastically underestimated the heavy protection around your life. Every single curse they sent your way is returning to them instantly. Their wicked plans have completely backfired in the most spectacular way possible. You are watching this transition from a place of quiet authority. You feel the atmosphere shifting rapidly around you. The heavy season of weeping is officially over. A new season of unimaginable joy is breaking through the clouds. The universe is actively realigning powerful resources to serve your massive vision. Heaven is pulling the exact levers needed for your overflow. Take a moment to absorb this powerful truth. Your days of begging for basic survival are permanently finished. You are a discerning warrior who has survived the darkest valleys. You carried the heavy weight for everyone else without complaining. Now it is time for you to be deeply nurtured and intensely rewarded. The spiritual realm is literally shaking today. Before we proceed, you must pause and prepare your spirit. A massive divine decree is about to be released. This is the exact moment the heavens open up over your life. I am going to speak a word that will shatter the final chains of your poverty. You have waited your entire life for this specific intersection in time. Do not let anything distract your holy focus right now. The mega deposit is hovering directly over your quiet life. The old financial timeline is permanently deleted. You are stepping into the most powerful and abundant chapter of your existence. The system is completely terrified. Heaven is rejoicing loudly as you get ready to receive the ultimate verdict that will change your bloodline forever. The final breakthrough is finally here. Remember the strange isolation I mentioned at the very beginning of this message. Remember the massive doors that slammed shut right in your face. Here is the absolute truth that heaven kept totally hidden from the dark enemy. God did not close those doors to deny your happiness. He closed them because entering that small room would have destroyed your massive destiny. That sudden isolation was a divine quarantine designed specifically for your soul. God was rapidly cleansing your inner circle so he could safely drop the mega deposit into your hands. The wait was agonizing, but it was entirely necessary for your ultimate protection. The system tried to break your mind during that quiet season, but you survived the wilderness and you came out completely purified. In the mighty name of the Creator, I decree that your survival mode is permanently over. I break every generational cycle of poverty that has tried to wrap its heavy chains around your beautiful mind. The endless lack and the constant financial anxiety stop with you today. You are the ultimate cycle breaker for your entire bloodline. The spiritual war you fought has been completely won. I declare that the heavy mantle of struggle is falling off your tired shoulders right in this exact second. You are no longer fighting for tiny crumbs from the corrupt system. A divine decree is actively unlocking a mega deposit of wealth and unprecedented authority. The universe is bypassing the matrix to deliver this massive financial overflow directly to your peaceful doorstep. This is not just enough money to pay your monthly bills. This is generational wealth that will completely rewrite the future of your family name. You are stepping into a profound season of effortless abundance. The universe is pouring out resources that you did not even have to work for. The elite circles tried to keep this sacred frequency hidden from you, but heaven is handing the key to you right now. You are holding the keys to the kingdom. The system is terrified because they absolutely cannot control a chosen one who knows their exact worth. They wanted you financially desperate so you would settle for their toxic terms. But a massive shift has just fractured their dark architecture entirely. The divine frequency of pure abundance is overriding the long delay in your life right now. Breathe it out and let the reality of this wealth settle into your physical body. You do not have to scramble or panic to receive this incredible blessing. You only need to remain perfectly still while heaven moves massive mountains on your behalf. The doors of divine favor are swinging wide open. No human system can shut them ever again. You are fully activated today. Watch your unseen enemies panic as your peace becomes entirely untouchable. Those who sat at tables and spoke poorly of your beautiful name are about to witness your rise. God is preparing a massive feast for you right in front of their jealous eyes. They are forced to watch you ascend into pure glory. You do not have to defend yourself or say a single word. Heaven is your defense. I declare that your bank accounts are aligning with your high spiritual frequency. Every dollar that the dark enemy stole from your bloodline is being returned with massive interest. The universe is compensating you for every tear you cried in secret. You are completely released from the heavy burden of healing people who want to stay broken. Your energy is finally returning to your own body. Your only job now is to receive the absolute overflow. Your era of quiet authority and limitless financial power has officially begun. The spiritual war is over, and you are the undisputed victor. The mega deposit is no longer a distant dream because it is actively manifesting in your reality today. You must prepare your physical vessel to manage this immense blessing correctly. The final step is crucial to maintain your new, untouchable status. Now that the massive blessing is unlocked, you must learn how to protect it. You are entering a season that requires extreme silence and absolute discipline. Do not run and tell your old friends about this incredible breakthrough. The enemy will use their intense jealousy to spy on your new reality. You must keep your mouth completely closed right now. Silence is not a weakness in the spiritual realm. Silence is your greatest weapon and your ultimate defense against the matrix. Let people misunderstand your sudden quietness. Let them assume whatever they want to assume about your life. You no longer need to explain your soul to people who are committed to misunderstanding your spirit. Your pure energy is way too expensive to spend on cheap drama. As the financial overflow manifests, people from your past will try to return. They will suddenly apologize and try to access your new wealthy frequency. But you must not let them back into your sacred space. You cannot use divine wealth to fund toxic and unhealed behavior. You are the ultimate steward of this massive generational blessing. Heaven trusts you to manage this wealth with a very sharp mind. Do not let guilt manipulate you into giving away what God specifically designed for your family. The season of you being a footstool for their ego is permanently over. You have entered the sanctuary of pure, quiet authority. I am going to pray a final seal of protection over your life. Receive these words deeply into your physical body right now. I seal this incredible frequency against any demonic interception or sudden delay. The massive wealth that belongs to your bloodline is totally locked in. No human system or dark entity can ever reverse this heavenly verdict. You are completely anointed and heavily protected by the universe. Massive walls of fire surround your finances and your peaceful mind. Your presence alone will command respect from everyone who sees you. You walk softly, carrying the immense power of the spiritual realm. The painful struggle is finally finished for you today. If this message brought peace to your heavy soul today, we must lock it in. Type the word Amen in the comments below. We do not do this for visibility or vanity. We do it as a spiritual seal of absolute agreement with the universe. Your physical action solidifies the unseen reality and anchors the blessing directly into your timeline. Gently like this video right now as an act of spiritual alignment. Do not do it for a normal algorithm. Do it as a physical declaration to the universe that you are ready. You are signaling to heaven that your survival mode is deactivated forever. You are officially open to receive the massive deposit that is flowing toward you. Subscribe to this sanctuary and turn on the bell immediately. You must do this so the enemy cannot intercept your future messages. The dark matrix wants to isolate you from this pure frequency. By joining this quiet tribe, you are building a massive shield around your continuous growth. We will continue to decode the secrets of the unseen realm. You are not a victim of your past circumstances anymore. You are the quiet victor who survived the hardest tests known to humanity. Rest your beautiful mind tonight and know that everything is perfectly handled. The universe is working the night shift to deliver your massive reward. Stay silent and watch heaven move quickly on your behalf. You are stepping into a profound and beautiful billionaire era. Let the world stay busy with their loud and meaningless noise. You belong to an elite spiritual bloodline that operates in pure peace. You must trust the incredible stillness that lives inside your chest right now. You are highly favored and completely untouchable forever. Go in complete peace and enjoy your magnificent new reality. The Creator is smiling down on your incredible journey today. You have finally arrived at the golden gates, and your daily life will never look the same again.